Good morning, Baker. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Where are you right now? I'm great.
I'm in the locker room right now.
What's it smell like in there?
Just fresh roses and a meadow.
That doesn't smell like any locker room that I used to be in.
No, it's pretty nice. No, we got new facility, so it's actually they did a great job. They have a great ventilation system, so it actually airs it out pretty well.
What's the schedule today?
Right now, just kind of hanging out, about to watch some film, and then we'll go from there. We have a meeting starting at 1:30, so I'll get that going, and then just get ready for Kansas from there.
Any classes?
Not today.
We had Rick Neuheisel on, first hour of the show, former head coach, now working for CBS. And Seton, could you play this for Baker Mayfield on if he was drafting, who would he take first?
If I have to take the quarterback, I think I'm going Mayfield. I just like the kid's swagger. I like his ability to make plays. He's all football all the time.
Over Rosen,
worry
though.
About yeah, and I love Rosen. I love Rosen, but the question for me with Rosen is how important is football to Rosen? Yeah, I don't know that it's everything. And for Mayfield, he's passed that test in spades.
What do you think of that?
Oh, wow. Coming from him, it's a pretty big honor. I mean, especially he's a UCLA guy, so it's humbling. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to hear. It's pretty special.
I didn't know if you maybe stayed a year too long, because that's what happens. Like, people get tired of seeing quarterbacks, and then we dissect them. Matt Barkley, Matt Leinart. How close were you to coming out last year?
Really, not that close. Not as close as people might have thought. When it came down to it, I wanted to win a national title, and I had a lot of people here that I wanted to play for, and that I wanted to be around for another year. So, I mean, it wasn't. I thought about it a little bit, but when it came down to it, the best decision for me was coming back.
Do you play with a chip on your shoulder?
A boulder, I think.
Why a boulder on your shoulder?
I think the best ones play with an edge. I think, to have the intensity and the mindset in that you're going to go in and you want to prove yourself each week, no matter who it is. I think the best ones do it. I think Brady does it week in and week out every day. So it's just I believe it's the best way to handle myself, and I've had success with it, so it's not going to stop.
Who plays in the pros the way you think you play or can play?
I think I'd like to think, I'd take a little bit of some stuff from a couple people. I'd like to be able to have the command of the offense like Brady. I'd like to say that I could move around, not as well as Russell Wilson, but attempt to. And then just be in the pocket like Drew Brees. I think I'd aspire to be a little bit of everything. Those guys are all really great at what they do, so I think I can learn and try and be like them, and that'd be a good model.
But you're not an underdog anymore. I understand playing with a chip on your shoulder. Here you are, by all accounts, leading contender for the Heisman. Your team is 9-1. You got guys who are praising you about being a first-round draft pick. How do you stay hungry with that? Because now they're saying all the things that maybe you didn't hear the first couple of years there at Oklahoma.
It just goes to show that they weren't there for us in the beginning, so I'm not going to pay attention to it now. I mean, that's just how it is. It's how it goes. People want to jump on the bandwagon late, but we're not about that. So I'm going to keep the same mindset, and I'm going to make sure our team does as well.
After the Iowa State game, how down were you?
More disappointed than anything. Really disappointed just in how we played, because we're so much better than what we performed, and how we, showed that. So we didn't need a loss to kickstart our season or get our minds right, and that was the biggest thing for me. It was just disappointing more than anything. Past 2 seasons we had needed, maybe to have our backs against the wall to play well, but we have a special team. I didn't think we needed that at that point. So it was, like I said, more disappointing than anything.
It's Baker Mayfield, Oklahoma quarterback, joining us. I think one of the most impressive stats, this is what I love, is that you're great on road games. 13-0 in true road games as a Sooner, completing 71% of your passes. You must love that atmosphere of being the villain walking into a building.
I love playing on the road. You know, like I said, I think when we play with an edge, we're the best. That's when we're at our best. And, so, you know, going on the road is perfect environment for that. You know, you go in and they don't want you there. They boo you when you come out the tunnel or the locker room. And then after that, it's just you and your guys against everybody else.
Have you ever done a Heisman pose before, publicly or privately?
They forced me to do one in New York City last year with all the guys. I think it's been a long time before that. It's the only one I can really remember.
Do you care about the Heisman?
I mean, it'd be a huge honor and very special to me, but I care more about winning a national title, to be honest.
And I got you 31 touchdown passes. Didn't I say that you would get to, if you got to 40, that I would help you with Timberlake?
Yeah, and so you better hold up your end of the deal.
Oh, so you're going to get 9 touchdown passes?
I'm going to try to.
You might get that against Kansas this weekend.
You know what? People dog on Kansas, but what they don't realize is Kansas they're on the rise. They have a bunch of young players that are playing well. Defense especially. Their front lines, they got some talented guys up front.
All right. When you get to 40 touchdown passes, we'd like the bandana here to hang in the man cave.
Okay. I think we can work something out with that.
All right. That's all right. All right. Well, take it easy on Kansas. I know that their upcoming program and that defensive front you're worried about and all those blah, 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 blah. But good luck with that, all right? Now, this could be a trap game after the TCU game, so I understand that, right? Could be a letdown. Now, it's your job as the leader to rally the troops and tell them, hey, Dan Patrick said we might let down against Kansas. Let's show him that we will not. All right?
Okay, I'll make sure that you're the motivation for this week.
I like that. I might have to take the blame there. Hey, Baker, great to talk to you, and congrats so far.
Appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
That's Baker Mayfield Jr. III.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.